there are absolutely varieties within varieties. I mean, as we would expect if we thought about it for a moment. But when we are making a pronunciation model, there's a real tension between you want to reflect the multiplicity of different, phonetic realities that are there, and at the same time, you need to have a model that is helpful, that is actually useful, and so it is a bit of a compromise. And when on the pages where we describe each of our models, and in the conversations that we've had with our different consultants, we're often saying things like, we know that this consonant sometimes is realized a little more like this, a little more like that. We're going to try and use a broad phonemic transcription that lets us kind of put up an umbrella under which most of the ways it might be realized within the variety as we've defined it, that works. One of the beautiful things that we get to do with the pronunciations is we have the transcription, which is broad and phonemic and subject to the constraints of the model, and we have audio of an actual person saying it. So that's of course going to be, you could have many different speakers reading a transcription of something, and they would all be good renderings of that transcription. But it's a great way to say, here's one of the ways that this might actually sound, and that's I'm really glad that we don't use synthesis in that way. We use actual recordings of people, and we get the people we get into the booths to create the audio are actual speakers of the, and it can be difficult to. I mean, there was one of the questions was touched on Irish English. So, and that's an example of an English where there's a great deal, particularly, in Ulster English, the Englishes of the north of the island of Ireland, very, very different phonetically speaking from what you hear in what I think Hickey calls it the supra-regional Southern, the kind of Dublin standard. And that's very difficult because we can't get into all the fine detail that we might wish to when what we're trying to do is say, here's an Irish word, this is how an Irish English speaker might say it. We have to make a little bit of a compromise in order to produce something that's helpful for a lexicographical purpose. But we're really aware of those dimensions underneath it, and we try and get into it a little bit as much as we can in the models.